second grade. Today we're going to be talking about the American pop artist Roy Lichtenstein. So pop art is normally really colourful and fun, and it normally is about things that are popular. That's where you get the name pop art. So things that are popular are normally like everyday things you'd see around you. Roy Lichtenstein used a lot of food in his artwork. I decided to do popcorn. I'm going to show you how I did that, but you can choose any other food you like, your favourite food, a food that's popular with you. One thing to notice about Roy Lichtenstein's work, he used these little dots a lot, and that's because they are like printed dots. They have a special name called Ben-Day dots, and they're the type of dots that you'd see in a comic strip, like a magazine or comic from the 1950s or 60s. He used bright colours. Sometimes he might just use lines for shading. I don't have any here, but you might see on some of his other artworks. Okay, so for today you're just going to need paper to work with. I'm using a Sharpie to draw. I'm using marker for my dots, and I'm using paint for my background, but you can use whatever else you have. Okay, so we're ready to start. I'm going to show you how I did the popcorn, but like I said, you can choose to do any other food you like. You want it to be big and fill the page. So if, say you're doing an apple, if apples are a popular food with you, you'd make a really big apple in the middle. Okay, or you'd make more than one apple. So let's make a start. So for my popcorn, I just made a long rectangle, so I want it to fill most of the page, so a little line across and just a long skinny rectangle like a popcorn bag. Don't worry about the sides being too straight, because remember it's a bag, it might be a little wavy on the side. And then I want to write popcorn on it because I want you to know that it's popcorn. You can write that however you like, but you want it to be nice and big and stand out. Maybe I will just double that up a little bit to make it nice and thick. Okay, now I'm going to do a little ziggy-zaggy cloud, I call it, around. And you could double that up if you like. And then I'm going to put some lines on my popcorn bag. But again, you could decorate it in a different way if you wanted to do dots, or maybe you want your lines to go across. I'm just going to stick with a basic popcorn bag. Now for my popcorn, they're really just like a little kind of organic shape. It's almost like a flower. It's got a little bumps like that. And then I put that little line to give it look like it's got more form. So, and they don't have to be all the same because they're organic. So I'm just going to do a few little kernels of popcorn that are popped. They're all coming out of my little popcorn bag. And I'm going to do a few around as well, just for decoration, but also ones that have kind of popped out of the bag. Okay, so now we're going to add those bendy dots to I'm going to add them to my bag, and they're just little dots. And I'm going to leave that one blank because it's my white stripe, and move on to do the next one. And that's a bit more pink. Ooh. Hope my marker has enough to finish. If your markers get a little bit dry, you can actually dip them in a little bit of water. That's what I just did with that one there. Okay, so I'm going to use my yellow to do a couple of things. I'm first of all going to add dots here. They don't stand out too much right now, but when I paint, hopefully they will stand out better. Okay, and the other thing I'm going to do with my yellow, I'm just going to give my popcorn on one side a little yellow kind of shadow almost. It's just to give it a bit more form, a bit more depth, so they look like they're a little 3D. Okay, and we're almost ready to paint. I think I'm going to colour this. I think this will make this stand out better. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do before I paint, just to make it a little different from my other one, I'm just going to add some little decoration, just little lines. You could add any designs you like. You could add stars, you could add dots, just something to give a bit more detail. Okay, so now I'm only painting my background around, and you can use any colour you like. I'm going to use, I think on this one, I'm going to use green. Okay, so that's my pop art food. Remember, when you make yours, choose something that you like, keep it big, keep it colorful, and remember to use some bendy dots.